Hello there, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching from all over the world. Welcome to Godly Living with Folu, and I am Folu. Okay, so if you're just watching this channel for the first time, please subscribe. Just click on the subscribe button down there, below the video. And then anytime I post a new video, you're going to get the notification, and or maybe you'll see the video on the timeline or your timeline on YouTube. And also, don't forget to like. Just give me a thumbs up there if you like this video, which I know you do. Thank you. Okay, now so today's video is a reaction video to the story that Soma told on our YouTube channel. Now, if you're familiar with the channel, or maybe you've been watching our video, you'll have seen her mention our family, where she's coming from. Sometimes she will just mention my baby's daddy, my ex-husband, but recently she decided to share the whole story on YouTube, how everything happened, how she met the man, how they fell in love, that type of love, like your soulmate, the love of your life thing, that kind of thing. And then and how the two families refused to acknowledge the relationship because they were not from the same tribe. The man was Yoruba, and Soma, she's Igbo, and being an Igbo woman, or should I say coming from Igbo background, I don't know, but it is not everywhere. Let me just make it clear. It is not all the time that people refuse marriage based on tribe. I've seen a lot of intertribal marriage. It's everywhere. But this one was so special because even despite the fact that they had children together, they were happy together, they were so much in love, and it was obvious the family, especially the husband family, still refused to acknowledge the relationship. According to them, as far as they are concerned, the man was not married, and it was a very terrible thing, like a very should I say calamity. Yeah, when you meet somebody that you love so much, and then the family are saying no, and there is nothing you could do about it. But of course they did something about it. They both got married without the approval of the two families. And after getting married, the family of Summer, she's the woman, they came around. She was pregnant, she was going to have a child, they were going to love the grandchild and stuff. So they came around, but the family of the man, they refused to acknowledge or to approve Summer, and they refused to acknowledge her children. And after a while, they were like, okay, bring the children, but we don't want to see the woman. That type of hatred, as if you knew. I don't know. It's such a, should I say, a very crazy story. But there is something, Soma herself said it. She said the reason she shared her story was because was so that people will learn, so that people will not make the type of mistake that she made. And I just want us to, I want to emphasize something that I personally picked from that video, from all the series of video, all the series that she made. Now, what I learned from there is, no matter how much the love is. Now, if you look at the title of the video, she said love is not enough. Sometimes love is not enough. You need more. Now, a lot of people will say, well, even if our families don't want us to be together, we love each other so much, and we're going to be together anyway, anyhow we deem it fit. Now, someone tried it, and for 10 years they were together. They had to leave the country because of their family, especially because of the man's family. Imagine that they left the country, they traveled out of the country so that they will be at peace, because it got to a point it was choking, like someone was not happy. Her husband noticed it, and they decided to find their way out of the country. But even when they traveled out, the disapproval of the family of the man was like a shadow that kept on following them, and it eventually ended the marriage. And it was so sad. It's so sad because you see somebody that has something that a lot of people are looking for. That is true love. You to meet somebody that really, really, really love them, and at the end of the day, because some people decide not to acknowledge the love ended. It's so sad. But this is the lesson. What I picked from the story and what I'm running with is this. Now, It's okay to say, okay, I'll marry him or I'll marry her, either way, but tell yourself the truth, especially in a situation where the man involved cannot stand for himself. Now, forget about age. Forget about age. Age is just a number. For example, the man that Samaku married was in his 30s when they met. Imagine that. It was in his 30s, so it was not a small boy, but despite that, he could not stand for himself. So don't just consider the age, but consider, for example, you may be dealing with somebody that is older and you're thinking, well, he will be man enough, he will be able to man up to his family and fight for you and stuff like that. Now let me point out something. There is a way you can fight without fighting. There is a way you can fight for somebody without fighting people. You can just stand your ground and let them know that this is your choice and you want them to respect it. And I strongly believe that if Soma's ex did this, maybe the relationship would have survived today. Okay, look at this for example. Now, there was a time like that according to Soma, the younger sister of this man, this ex, wanted to get married, and they insisted that Soma must not show face, that she must not come. Though her husband even bought the ashwebi for her, Yoruba ceremony and ashwebi. The husband bought the ashwebi for her, but they insisted that your wife must not come because we don't like her, we don't want her, we don't approve her. And the man agreed, and the man agreed to it. Imagine that the man insists that I am not going to have anything to do with this wedding unless you accept my wife and you treat her with respect. And maybe they are like, okay, no, do whatever you like, but we don't want to see her. If on that day they notice the man is not around and is not contributing to the wedding and is not doing anything, now nobody is saying that the man should forsake his family because of his wife. But remember that the wife is a family too. Now, when you see a man that cannot stand for himself, when you see a man that cannot even stand for himself, how is he going to stand for you? A man that the younger brothers, the younger sisters will disrespect. A man that they will abuse, they will talk to anyhow, but he can't stand for himself. He can't speak for himself. He is always hiding. He's always keeping quiet. Now, he's that type of a man that will speak for you, that will fight for you. It's not possible. And that was the reason the marriage broke. That's just it. Now, before you conclude that, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and marry, either the family accepts or not, ask yourself, will this man stand true? Will this man be able to stand for me? Will this man stand behind me, stand beside me, so that in case anything happen, I'm going to have a backup. I'm going to have somebody that will defend me. Or is it the type of man that I even need to defend? Because, like it or not, some women, some wives, they don't have a choice but to defend their own husband. They are the ones defending their own husband. So now, ask yourself, be sincere, be objective. Take emotions aside. Take the love of my life thing aside. Is this man able? Will he be able to stand by me? Will he be able to fight for me? Or will I need to fight for him from the family that refused to accept me? Now, you know how Soma's marriage ended. At the end of the day, the family had to go. Okay, they initially deceived her that she should come to the country, that they will accept her, that they've agreed to accept her and stuff, and she decided to come. But you know what he did? They brought the woman that had the child for him, for her husband, years ago, even before they met. They brought the woman, and the woman was living with them. And according to them, that woman is the wife. She has a child too. And the woman was trying to get back. And they decided that the woman was the wife. And Soma's husband could not stand against it. He was now begging Soma, you are my wife, you are the one that I married, you are the one that I love, you are the one that I am with, that is for them, that is, but Soma was like, is she your wife? I'm not going to say don't help her, don't do this, but are you doing it as a husband? If you're doing it as a husband, then I can't have anything to do with you. She was at that crossroad, and the husband could not stand against his family rather. Now, when you have that type of man, when you have a man that, see, we all can't be bold and courageous, but we should not allow ourselves to be in a situation that we magnify our weaknesses. That is the point here. Now, everybody cannot be bold, cannot be courageous. We are all different. We all have our strengths, we all have our weaknesses. But when we are in a situation where our strengths will be minified, will be littled, and our weaknesses will be magnified, then there will be trouble. There will be trouble, and that is exactly what happened in this case. The weakness of the man was, should I say, it was so magnified in the relationship that the relationship could not survive, because the survival of the relationship, of the marriage, depended so much on the man. It was his family misbehaving. It was his family rejecting his wife and his kids. So when you notice that you have a man or you have a woman whose weakness is inability to talk or to stand for herself, who cannot look at her family in the face and tell them, this is what I want, and I want you to support me, and if you can't support me, stuff like that. I'm still your son, I'm still your daughter, but I'm sorry, I may not be involved in this and that. Now, if you can't have somebody, a spouse, that's gonna do that, then the marriage is going to have K-leg. In fact, the marriage will crumble on the long run, because when the chips comes down, when the chips are down, it will be nowhere to be found. So this is like, should I say, a warning or an encouragement that once the family is saying no, before you move ahead, before you insist you're gonna have your way, ask yourself, will this man stand by me? Will this woman stand by me? And what about his character? What about his character? In Yoruba land, we used to say something that ìyàwó burúkú ṣe ni, àna burúkú ni ò ṣe ni. Like it is still okay to marry a bad wife, but when you have a bad in-law, you are in trouble. If the woman is misbehaving or the man is misbehaving, who will calm you down? Who can you run to? The people that refuse to accept you. So before you conclude on him or her, ask yourself, will he be able to stand? Will she be able to stand? Will this relationship make sense at the end, or we are just gonna put ourselves through some emotional roller coaster? Okay, now, so that is the end of the video, and in case you're yet to see Soma's video, quickly go to her channel and watch. And thanks for coming. Okay, now, so till I come your way again, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Bye.